What's up, bros, and welcome. So today I'm just going to be showing 4 custom superheroes that I've made. I haven't made one of these videos in like half a year or something, so yeah, we're back. Let's get down to business. Now for the first custom in today's video, we have a superhero that I've created that goes by the name of Hive Mind. Now the legs of this custom minifigure are from a Bounty Hunter minifigure from a random LEGO CMF series. Then we're going to be taking this black belt piece, which is used for a random Star Wars minifigure, I believe, but it's also used for, I think, a Ninjago Clutch Powers minifigure. Then we're going to be taking this yellow jacket torso piece from the MCU, and I do gotta say though, the legs and the torso of this minifigure go together really well, even though the black belt piece does kind of cover that up a little. And then we're going to be taking some dual molded black and yellow arms and attaching them. And we also have some yellow hands attached that are the same yellow or same shade of yellow as the arms. And then we're going to be taking this Barrow or Baron Mordo headpiece from Marvel and pop that on. And then for the last piece, we're going to take this black hairpiece, which is from BTS, pop that on. And then we have the completed custom superhero that I've created, Hive Mind. Now, Hive Mind is a custom superhero that I've made. I don't have any backstory for him. I didn't come up with any backstory for him, so let's get right into his powers or his abilities. So there are a lot of superheroes or supervillains who have the ability to duplicate themselves in media. This guy has the same abilities with a twist. So he can duplicate himself, he can create clones of himself, but these clones are empty, soulless husks. These things are just like extensions of himself. So Hive Mind basically extends himself, creates another body that has no soul, no nothing, and is just a vessel that he controls. So he sees everything the vessel sees. He feels, he hears everything that the vessel sees. If the vessel gets killed, it causes him major pain, for instance, and he's going to have PTSD of like being killed because his clone was killed even though he's still alive. Do you know how traumatic that would be? So that's just like a random drawback of his powers. If he gets killed, it's going to cause him major pain both mentally and physically when it happens. So yeah. And he can't really create a lot of clones. He can only create like, I want to say like a dozen at a time, but yeah. That's basically it for Hive Mind. Now for the second custom superhero that I'm going to be showing in today's video that I've made, we've got USAnchor. Now the legs of this custom minifigure are from the Giant Man minifigure from the Marvel Studios CMF Series 2. Then we're going to take this torso piece, which is from an Old Republic trooper from Star Wars The Old Republic. And then we're going to be taking these printed white arms, which are from the Giant Man minifigure, same minifigure that the legs are from. And we also have some red hands attached, which are matching the red print on the torso, as you can see here. That's why I added red hands. And then we're going to be taking this Hydra Agent headpiece, which is from Avengers Age of Ultron. And then for the last piece, we're going to take this Sailor hat piece with this dark blue anchor print from a random CMF series, I think, from back in the day. And then we have the completed USAnchor custom. Now, before we get into USAnchor's powers or his abilities, let's get into his backstory because I did come up with some stuff unlike for Hive Mind earlier. So, USAnchor in my custom superhero universe is the premier or main superhero of the US government. Because most of the original superheroes that were created by the world government that came together after the whole alien invasion thing, those superheroes kind of left after the war, so the US government specifically, after leaving the whole world government thing, they wanted to create their own superhero to lead their own superhero group, so the person that was chosen was USAnchor. Now he's basically former Navy, and that's why he has the sailor hat, because he wanted to like remember his roots and where he came from. As for USAnchor's abilities, he basically has the ability to change the weight of any object. So basically, for instance, let me give an example. Let's say he has a rock. He grabs the rock and he throws it. Before throwing it, he touches the rock clearly to throw it and to activate the ability. So he touches the rock, activates his ability, throws the rock, And as the rock is flying into the air, it slowly grows in weight. So let's say the rock originally weighed like 1 pound, but during its travel in the air, it slowly gains extra weight because of USAnchor's ability. And when it lands on the ground, it creates a giant crater in the ground. It creates a giant shockwave because the rock now weighs 500 pounds. Even though it's the same rock, it weighs more now because USAnchor activated his ability. Now, for USAnchor's ability, when he changes the weight of something, he can only make it weigh more, not weigh less. But when he touches something and makes it weigh more, the ability kind of goes away over time. So, for instance, the rock that he threw that's now like 500 pounds or something, it's eventually going to go back to its original state, which is 1 pound. That's basically it for USAnchor, the premier superhero of the US government in my superhero universe. Now for the third custom superhero that I've made in today's video, we have EMPatriot. Now the legs of this custom minifigure are from like just about any quantum suit minifigure from Avengers Endgame. We're going to take this torso piece, which I believe is from Jet 14 from Star Wars. And we also have some dual molded white arms, and we have some dark gray hands attached. Then we're going to be taking this white armor piece, which is from Storm, from the Marvel Studios CMF Series 2. Then we're going to take this Batman headpiece, which is from, I believe, like the Michael Keaton version of Batman. And then for the last piece, we're going to take this random brown hair piece and pop that on. And then we have the completed EMPatriot custom. Now, EMPatriot is another US government-controlled superhero just like USAnchor. EMPatriot is actually the second in command of the US government superhero group. USAnchor is eventually going to go through some character development. He's going to realize that he's just a lapdog for the government, and they're forcing him to do whatever they want. It's basically an abuse of power, and he's going to want to leave. EMPatriot here is his best friend, so the two of them are eventually going to fight because EMPatriot is going to be like blindly loyal to the US government, and he's eventually going to take USAnchor's place. But that's basically it for the backstory. EMPatriot is just like an NPC guy. But now, as for his abilities, EMPatriot is a living EMP, so he has the ability to shut down anything electrical that requires electricity to function. This includes the human mind, because the human mind kind of runs off of something electrical. I don't know the science behind it or how to explain it, but it's a thing. Google it if you want to know the details. So EMPatriot can basically shut down human minds, basically putting them to sleep. It doesn't like kill them or anything. So that's basically his ability, his main ability. His second ability, which is kind of a secret, is kind of like a last ditch or like a last resort. He can kind of activate an energy charge that shoots out around like the surrounding area. It puts all the people in the vicinity asleep, including himself, so that's why it's a last resort, but it also shuts down anything electrical. So that's a last resort because it also puts him to sleep. So that's basically his ability. And yeah, that's basically it for EMPatriot. Now for the fourth and final superhero in today's video that I've made, we have the Hostile. Now the legs of this custom minifigure are just some dual molded dark green and black legs. Then we're going to be taking this Vulture torso piece from Spider-Man, and we also have some green arms and some black hands attached, as you can see here. Then we're going to be taking this dark green shoulder armor piece, which is from Ninjago Skybound from the Sky Pirates. And then we're going to be taking this dark green upper cloth piece, which is from Ra's al Ghul from Batman, I believe. And then we're going to be taking this Hydra Agent Scuba Diver headpiece and pop that on, as you can see here. Then we're going to be taking this green Knight helmet piece from Aaron from Nexo Knights and pop that on. And now for the best part of this custom minifigure, that I think really makes this custom minifigure or this character unique, is we're going to be taking this Captain Marvel upper mohawk piece, and we're going to insert it into the hole, and bam, the mohawk piece fits with the Nexo Knights helmet, as you can see here. Like, let's get a 360 of that. It kind of works, and yeah, then we basically have the completed The Hostile custom. No, the hostile doesn't have any specific backstory, just like Hive Mind. He's just a solo superhero who tries to do good, and he has a interesting design, I guess. Now, he's kind of like a vigilante-ish character who works in the night and he fights criminals. Now, he's basically a master at hand-to-hand combat, and he uses a variety of weapons. He doesn't use guns, and he doesn't really like to kill. However, he will if he has to. So he's a master weapons master, he's a master tactician, and he's good at hand-to-hand combat, and he's basically a vigilante. So yeah, he doesn't have any abilities. He's not an abilitized person. If you don't know, abilitized is the term that I used for any superpowered person in my universe, because everybody who's like superpowered gets their abilities from the same source. So yeah, if you want to know about that, check one of my older videos, but that's basically it for this final superhero that I've created for today's video, the Hostile. It has been months. I believe it's been like half a year since I last made a video about my custom superhero universe, so that's why today I've made 4 more custom superheroes for my universe. Now, the only reason why I made this video is because Gavin left a comment asking me to make some more videos for the series, or some more custom, so that's why this video exists. Shout out to you, Gavin. Thank you so much for this request. But yeah, I have like a long list of custom characters for this series, but I just kind of didn't feel like making a video, so that's why I didn't until Gavin left a comment asking for this. So yeah, thank you, Gavin. Hope you guys enjoyed these customs. Feel free to check out my other videos. I mostly make custom minifigures. Next time I'm probably going to be making some more villains. So yeah, have a great day. Godspeed, bros.